Welcome back, Collective. It's a Lightbridge Tarot today. We're focusing on the heartbeat of entrepreneurship. We're going to do a business energy audit. We're going to dive into what you need to reclaim your focus, especially in the area of clarity, alignment, and joy. As a CEO or business owner, it is so easy to be pulled into 1,000 directions, right? Leaving your foundation feeling maybe unsteady. If this message has found you today, it is not by accident. It is meant for you. As we go through this, please remember to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We will be starting with the Rider-Waite Starlight deck. Then we're going to pull the Character Oracle to see the energy on that. This is going to be my first time using it, so I'm so excited to see what comes out today. Then we're going to close it up with the Career and Money Oracle deck. Boom. Okay, so we're going to get started. All right, Collective, what I need to do is get into your heart space. Take a deep breath with me. Let's do it again because I kind of like the rhythm is off. Take a deep breath with me. Let it out. Get into your heart space. And let's see what the divine has for us today. I kind of feel like I gotta adjust this, but it's not being compliant with me. So we're gonna leave it alone. All right. Beautiful deck. I love the gold. I love when I look. Let's do 3. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what the divine has for entrepreneurship, business, energy audit. Okay. I'll take it. There's actually 2 here. Pages of Swords and 4 of Cups. Okay. Page of Swords is having to take initiative, to be bold and action-oriented when it comes to making decisions and not to think about it too much. And then we have the 4 of Cups right after it. The 4 of Cups is like emotionally, you're holding on to this investment a little bit too long. And so with the 4 of Cups, it's like you're not seeing the blessings that's coming in because you are holding on to this emotion. You have to emotionally detach from this situation because it's not working out for you. So the Page of Swords is saying, listen, you got to wake up. You got to take some action. You got to put things in motion, leave the emotional thing aside and think with more clarity and take action. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually kind of dive into a little bit more about the entrepreneurship and business energy audit when it comes to these 2 cards. Okay, so we see the 4 of Cups. As an entrepreneur, business owner, this card often appears when you're missing a new opportunity or the blessings right in front of you, simply because you are fixated on frustration, maybe boredom, or even a project that isn't yielding the results that you were expecting. This is your classic energy leak. You aren't seeing the bridge to your next level because your energy is tied up in an emotional cup that is already empty. You're holding on to the situation that is no longer working for you. But remember, the Page of Swords, energy that we talked about. It's time to wake up. It's time to detach from the frustration. Gain that mental clarity you need and take decisive action. If it isn't serving your business, it isn't part of your foundation. It's time to let it go. Stop looking at the empty cups and start looking at what's being offered right now. So we're going to move over to the Character Oracle deck now. Okay, Collective. This deck is about archetypes, and they represent different characters of our energies that we may be carrying within us. And in business and in life, we often find ourselves acting out on old patterns, like the stuck energy we just discussed with the Four of Cups. This deck is a tool for identity alignment. It helps us identify which aspects of ourselves we need to step into or channel to move from where we are, where we want to be. Let's get into our heart space. So we're going to start with our deep breath. Take a deep breath with me. Let it out. That feels amazing, doesn't it? Let's get into our heart space. Let's see what the divine has for us today. Okay, collective. One more shuffle. That was good. Okay. Love the colors of this deck. The blues, the magenta, purple, the yellow. Gorgeous. That one fly in. Okay. I don't know if I mentioned it's the first time I broke out this deck. Stay there, okay. For the Avenger. Okay. What are we doing, collective? Business owners. Avenging? What are you avenging? What are you plotting? You can't compare yourself to other companies and businesses, or you can't hold on to energy, the frustration that things aren't working out, or that this business owner next door is doing better than you. You can't compare that. So this Avenger card that we have here, it's pretty interesting that it has a sword in his hands. And when we started with the Page of Swords, check this out, right? And so it's saying memory, resolve, hatred, plotting. So when you have the Four of Cups with this stagnant energy, it's because you're holding on to something here. That shadow self of that your shadow self, your internal energy right now is have the energy of, they have hatred here, but that's a really strong word. It could be jealousy, could be a slight feeling of envy, that you are just not happy with the way things are going in your business, that you kind of want to have that impulsive energy to kind of maybe destruct someone else's business. Or it could be someone that maybe is trying to avenge you. Maybe that's the energy. Maybe the Four of Cups is stressed out because someone is trying to cause harm to your company, and it's rather frustrating for you. So you maybe want to avenge them just the way that they're trying to avenge you, and it's causing you to be emotionally stuck in this energy. So we're going to dive into a little bit more about the Avenger energy. Give me one moment, please. All right, collective. So the Page of Swords, right? When we look at the Page of Swords, it's all about strategy and clarity. Love the artwork. He's like with this impulsive, youthful energy, ready to, go at his business with logic, intense logic and focus, right? But then we look at the Avenger. It can actually represent the shadow side of our ambition. What happens when we hold on to frustration, jealousy, or even a sense of envy toward our competition? When we're stuck with the Four of Cups, so somber, so sad, right? We're just in our heads, our emotions. It hurts our tummy. It's annoying. It's often because you're looking at someone else's success, feeling that envy that is leaking your power, or perhaps you feel like you're being attacked and your instinct is to strike back. But here is the audit. When you spend your energy plotting against or worrying about others, you aren't building your own foundation. So protect your peace, protect your business. We are going to move on to the career and money oracle deck. And I might just pull one more oracle deck. Let me see what I feel when I do the next one. Okay, collective. Let's take a look at the career and money oracle deck. Let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's get into our heart space. Let's see what the divine has for the collective today. Two more. One and two. Okay. Oh no. That one looked like it wanted to come out. Let's do one more. Go with my instinct. That's what we have to do. That one too. All right. Oof. Sometimes the cards are humorous. Okay. The skull. You had a rough patch. Borrowing money, low on cash, hospice, healer, no work, reinvention. Sorry. So the skull is interesting that it comes out right after our reading, because in regards to the Avenger card that we just talked about with the character, it's interesting that this does come out at this time because because of the Four of Cups, you are in a rough patch. Maybe it has to do with money. There's a lot of money going out and not a lot of return of your investment. Okay. And then after that, ooh, the turtle card. So interesting. It says money is coming slowly. I just mentioned that, didn't I? Steady progress, moving for work in good time, long term. So we're going to dive into this, but you're kind of with the skull, you're at a rough patch. The money that is coming in is not sufficient, and so you feel yourself a little bit stressed. Maybe what the Avenger is saying that, yeah, things are probably kind of plotting to do things, taking a shortcut on the business, whereas this deck, today's reading is saying no shortcuts. It's going to come in. The money is coming in steady. Just relax. Detach from that emotional side of things. Think with clarity. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper with these two cards that came out for you. And then we'll see if I'm going to do one more card oracle deck. I have to feel it. I have to feel the vibe and energy and how we close this. All right, collective. So we talked about the Avenger, that shadow energy of jealousy or frustration that tempts us to take shortcuts or maybe even lash out. But now we see the skull and the turtle appear. And the message is very clear. The skull represents the rough patch you're currently in. It's that feeling of loss. Maybe it's financial. Maybe it's a sense of depletion where you feel like you're putting everything into your business and you're getting nothing back. You're being pulled in so many directions. It could be the ego's death, that ending of a phase that's left you stressed and feeling vulnerable. It's kind of to shed that skin and move on to your evolutionary self. The turtle is your antidote. It tells you that your business growth isn't meant to be an explosion of a get-rich-quick results. It's meant to be steady, long-term. While the Avenger tempted you to plot, rush, or even take shortcuts, that's never the answer. The turtle reminds you that the money is coming, but it's coming at a pace that creates a solid foundation from you. So if you're currently stressed about cash, this is your sign to stop. Stop that Avenger plotting and start the turtle pacing. Trust the process. Detach from the desperation and know that steady movement is what builds an empire that lasts. All right, collective. So we're going to tie all these in together. What a beautiful layout, right? Love it. Okay. So you started by stepping into the role of the auditor, right? Using your sword to seek truth, clarity, and objective strategy. And so when we audited this reading, we audited that your energy is being drained, that you are holding on to empty cups and tempted by the shadow energy of the Avenger. Plotting maybe, envy, or taking shortcuts, which are the primary leaks keeping your company from growing. Okay, we identified the rough patch as the necessary release. The skull shows that you are clearing out the old non serving structures so you can build something authentic. Okay, and then finally, the antidote. The turtle is your audit, it's the result. Move slow, build steady, and protect your growth through consistency rather than speed. Remember that your business is built when you align your daily actions with this audit. Don't look at the empty cups or compare your progress to others. Stay in your lane, trust the pace of your foundation, and keep your vision locked on purpose. You are building an empire that lasts one steady step at a time. I want to thank you for watching Lightbridge Tarot. I hope this message brought you peace, love, and clarity that your business needed to hear today. Remember to protect your peace, trust your path, and keep moving forward. And always remember, you are exactly where you're meant to be. Thank you for watching Lightbridge Tarot. See you on the other side. Please like, comment, and leave your favorite emoji below to help our community grow.